Welcome to The Explainer. You know, we spend so much time trying to figure out relationships. But what if one of the biggest keys is something we say every single day? I'm talking about thank you. But here's the twist. It's not just saying it. It's how you say it that changes absolutely everything. And I'm so excited because this is all part of our special series on relationships we're doing with the amazing Mazal Klein in partnership with our Parashat series. We're basically digging into these simple, super practical tools that can genuinely make a huge difference in how we all connect. Okay, so let's get right into it. Have you ever been in the situation where a connection, a relationship just fizzled out? You know, there wasn't a big blow up, no huge fight, it just faded away. Well, a lot of the time, the reason isn't some massive problem. Nope, it's actually because all the small, good things, they were never even noticed. And it all boils down to this feeling right here. I didn't feel like he truly saw me. Ah, that just hits you, doesn't it? It's that feeling of being right next to someone but feeling like you're completely invisible. And believe me, it goes both ways. That feeling of, I'm not sure she noticed me at all, it's just heartbreaking. It's like you're putting in all this effort, you're there, but it's like you're a ghost. And that creates this huge gap that's so hard to cross. So you know, when you actually rewind and look at why things fell apart, it's almost never about that one big dramatic fight. When you look really close, what you find is this trail of tiny little moments, little acts of kindness and care that just vanished. Poof, because no one ever said a word about them. All right, think about this. He knew you had a long day, so he had a drink waiting for you when you got home. It's not, a trip to Paris, but it's thoughtful. It's a little act of care that says, I see you. Or what about this one? She sends a quick message just to make sure you got home safe. That's not just a text, right? That's a little ping of, hey, I care about you. But it's so easy for that to just get lost in all the other notifications we get all day. And this one, oh man, this is a big one. He actually listened, like really listened, without jumping in, without checking his phone. In the crazy, distracted world we live in, someone giving you their undivided attention, that's a massive gift. It's a huge sign of respect. And here's a perfect one to wrap it up. She remembered some small, random detail you mentioned last week. That's not just good memory. That's someone saying, I'm paying attention. What you say sticks with me. See? All of these are moments from the heart, but if they're not acknowledged, they just disappear into thin air. And this really gets to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? Especially when we're dating, we get so caught up in the big question, where is this relationship going? We're so focused on the finish line that we totally miss the beautiful things happening right now, in the moment. We're asking about the destination, and we're not even looking out the window. Okay, so that's the problem. But what's the fix? Well, it all starts with changing how we think about gratitude. It's not just about being polite or having good manners. It's a conscious choice. It's an action. Think of gratitude like a spotlight. It's a choice you make to shine a light on the positive, to really illuminate what's already there, instead of always scanning for what's missing. It's about flipping the script from a checklist of flaws to a celebration of what's good. But wait, there's more. It gets even more interesting. Because it's not just that you say thank you, it's how you say it. And this subtle little detail, honestly, it can change everything. What we're talking about here is leveling up from that automatic, kind of meaningless thanks we all say 100 times a day. We're aiming for a precise thank you, something specific, something that lands with the same weight and sincerity as a really thoughtful compliment. Okay, look at this. This is the whole idea in a nutshell. On one side, you have the general, thanks. It's fine, whatever. But then look at the other side. Thanks for waiting for me with a drink. It really calmed me down after a busy day. Whoa. See the difference? It's huge. The second one connects the action to the impact. It's not just, I saw you did a thing. It's, I saw you did a thing, and here's the amazing way it made me feel. And that specificity is what makes it feel real. It lands in the heart, not just the ears. A generic thanks is just background noise. A precise thank you is a clear signal that says, your effort mattered. I didn't just see it, I felt it. And this isn't just about making one moment feel nice. This goes so much deeper. Practicing this kind of gratitude actually becomes the foundation for building a stronger, more resilient relationship over time. Okay, this is the really powerful part. When you give a precise thank you, you're not just being nice. You are literally handing your partner a user manual for your heart. You're teaching them right then and there what actually makes you feel loved and appreciated. It helps them get better at loving you, and that creates this incredible upward spiral in the relationship. It just builds and builds. All right, so how do you actually start doing this? It really just comes down to creating a new, simple habit. It's about taking just a moment after a date or just at the end of the day to pause and reflect. So I want you to try this. Next time, instead of just running through a mental checklist of how the date went or how your day was, ask yourself this simple question. What good did I see today? And then, and this is the crucial part, ask, and did I give it space? Did I actually say something about it with a precise thank you? Honestly, that one small shift can change the whole game. And of course, all of this amazing insight is part of our series with Mazal Klein, who is an incredible coach for marriage and for building genuinely happy relationships. So if any of this is hitting home for you and you're thinking you'd like to build that kind of closer communication in your life, you are absolutely invited to get in touch with Mazal. She's a coach for marriage and happy relationships, and you can reach her directly at 052-328-6037. Start looking for the good that's already there, and remember to give it the space it deserves. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.